That is very offensive.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TACT Lab, where four guys sit down to talk about pretty much anything. I'm Tyler, and like always, I'm surrounded by three friends. To my right, I got Chris. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Having a bit of an existential crisis now, but we're good.
Yeah, off-mic conversations have led us to that. So, what are you getting into, Thomas? How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm sorry for the way I was in high school.
You better be sorry.
Easy.
Be sorry. Be better, Thomas. Be better. Be better.
I need to overcome
Be
my
better,
adversity.
Thomas. Be better.
And then this guy that I didn't even go to high school with to my left.
I think he graduated a year before us.
Or after us.
I can't remember. The ultimate ghost.
I'm gonna kill myself.
How are you, Alex?
I just reminisce about Von Dutch hats, the Osbournes, and Blink-182.
The Osbourne show was lit. Sharon!
You remember that show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't remember me.
You did used to wear those kind of hats, didn't you?
I didn't wear Von Dutch hats. That was.
Oh,
I
fuck.
can believe it.
All right, how you doing, Tyler?
I took a shit under someone's house today.
Did you bury it?
What is this, Trailer Park Boys?
I did bury it. Yeah.
Damn it.
It's the way of the road, boys.
I was hoping that could become a sound clip someday. And I really did shit under someone's house.
Nice.
Yep. I got a bellyache, and just you're not in a position to go anywhere. So I shit under their front porch.
Nice.
In Plaza Midwood.
You know, I feel like
The nice part of town.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so. It's not the kind of town where you'd be like, "Can I use your bathroom real quick?"
They weren't home.
Oh, okay.
I would have asked. But yeah, that happened today.
Compost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good smell.
Nice.
Their dog's probably gonna dig it up
Just
and
giving back to the earth.
yeah. So, anyways, I'm not ashamed of that. We could probably go in.
I mean, my dad shit in a 5-gallon bucket before in the house.
Toilet was broke.
Oh, I had to do it in the
New
ocean
house.
once.
Like
Huh?
a under construction house.
Ah, well, that's
Or the other one was a new house, and he was doing some touch-ups. Had to take a shit. It's a brand new house, and the guys were getting ready to move in. And my dad went into the bathroom to take a shit and blow it out as the homeowner was coming in the house.
we were on a road trip, and my brother said he had to go to the bathroom, and my dad, of course, said you can hold it, and my brother shit all over himself. And then the
Nice.
next visual I have is my brother totally naked, and my dad squirting him off with a hose behind a Walmart. We found a Walmart with a hose, and he's just squirting my brother off.
Nice.
So, with all that said, we got something different, right, for this episode, something we've never done. We're going to review a movie.
Something new.
Yeah, we watched a movie. We probably should have shared it with our audience so they could have watched along, and the few that we have, and known exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah,
But
listen to our take on it, and if you want to watch it, it's called Down.
I
or
highly
The
recommend.
Shaft.
I highly recommend watching it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely called Down.
It's worth it.
Or the shaft.
Or The Shaft. Depends on,
Just don't go down the shaft.
or up and down the shaft.
Downs.
It depends if you're in EU or USA.
America. Yeah.
Really? So it had two names?
Yeah, in the EU it was called The Shaft or something.
But before that, we should give them an update on our dreams we promised.
Oh,
Yeah.
You reminded me what happened, Chris?
Okay, so last Sunday, I took 2 Benadryl to see what would happen because we were talking about the Benadryl challenge.
You really did?
Yeah, I'm like, well, they probably won't kill me.
No, not
I almost didn't understand what you
Probably.
just said.
Am I having a stroke?
Side effects of 2 Benadryl.
Well, probably shouldn't watch TV before you do that.
No.
It
Go
gets
to
in
bed.
there. It
Dude,
gets
I took
in there.
that and it it's weird. It put me to sleep. It dragged me down. I'm like, I felt like my breathing was more shallow. It was like, this probably ain't
You
good.
almost died.
So I ended up dreaming about The Walking Dead.
All right.
So
Okay.
I'm like in a house with the cast, and the house starts filling up with water.
All right.
And the door eventually busts down, and everybody like rolls out. And you look at my back, and I'm getting bit by like an electric eel.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Lenny James is like,
Morgan.
yeah, in that voice. That's why I remember the voice. He's like, we need you to be a shark doctor now, too.
Did you say a shark doctor?
A shark doctor.
What?
And then I woke up.
What?
Okay. Now,
right.
we've had an epiphany. Thomas told us he's dreamed a dream.
I did like 3 or 4 days ago.
And
All
he
right.
remembers it. So this is
Yeah.
a big thing because Thomas does not dream if we remember back.
Yeah. Well, I made a point. I woke up and remembered it, so I was like, I remember bits and pieces of it.
You thought hard, like remember
Yes.
this, remember this.
Yeah. So I remember that I was on a snow peak mountain, and I was covered wearing like winter camo, the white and the black.
So this is Inception to a degree.
Yeah. So I'm just walking through, and then a helicopter comes up and starts shooting at me, and then like I have to jump for some reason. So I jump and slide down the mountain in the snow, and then for some reason I ice pick someone in the face, and then I wake up freezing. I woke up, the covers were off of me, and I was cold. So that's why I was
Dang.
dreaming I was in the snow.
That sounds like a cool dream.
Well, you're not like lying.
No, this is for real.
Oh, I thought you were like doing an Inception plot.
No.
That
This is actually for real. Like I ice picked someone in the face, and then I woke up.
I think it's good. It tells you that you're still a good person when you murder someone in your dreams and you wake up immediately and feel remorse.
Oh, I didn't wake up immediately or feel remorse.
Yeah, he didn't say he felt remorse.
I just killed him, and then it was like, whoa. And then I woke up because I was cold. The snow, I think I was dreaming of snow because I was outside of my blanket, and it was a cold night.
Yep, it's been cold, chilly the past couple
Yeah.
of days.
Yeah, we've been sleeping with the windows open. Alex, do you have a dream that you can share with us?
It was back in high school, and this time I was the guy asking for the wood, and I went back to my clan after lunchtime, and we were making fun of the guys rapping outside, and I just don't remember half my friends. They had blank faces when I saw them in the dream, and I guess there's obsolete to me. And then I woke up.
Nice.
Did you have like a cheerwine and an oatmeal cream pie in the dream?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I remember all the girls wore knee-high socks and like the boot things and short shorts.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Nice.
I can deal with that.
That didn't happen.
He was dreaming high school stuff though.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Well,
That's not a real dream, but anyway.
the only one I can remember. The only one I can remember was I actually had a dream with you guys where we were in this really creepy old house, and then we left the house, went to the movie theater, and we couldn't go into the movie theater because we had to finish some sort of project, a school
Right.
project or something. So we set up tables in the movie theater, and we worked on our school projects in the movie theater while we watched the movie. But I remember it was almost like Tim Burton, like the windows were crooked and it was just kind of like a creepy vibe.
Nice.
And almost like a haunted movie theater.
Nice.
And Elizabeth was there, all you guys were there, and we were all like working feverishly on these papers.
Wanted to watch that movie.
That was the dream.
All right. It works.
Well, let's get right into this.
All right.
Once again, the movie that we watched was called Down, or Shaft.
The Shaft.
Syndrome.
I loved it. What did everybody else think?
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed the
Yeah,
movie.
it was
Yeah.
better than I expected.
I had a good time watching it.
It was better
Yeah.
than Raptor Island. You ever seen that one?
No, I haven't. Which we need
Don't.
to. We
Watch
need
that
to
one.
probably watch the dinosaur pastor movie. What's that?
Velocipaster.
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 Yeah. So
Razor blades.
is that where that comes from?
Maybe.
I just always say that from time to time. Razor blades
Razor
because you
blades.
said it on the one podcast and it was so funny. So what's amazing about this movie is it opens up on titties.
Yes.
And the guy says dumbhead to the other dude.
Dumbhead?
He don't say dumbass. He says dumbhead.
You dumbhead.
You dumbhead.
All right,
Dumbhead.
but to clarify, the movie starts in New York City,
Yes.
and the accents are killing me from the beginning. Everybody's walking around going like, "Hey, we're walking here."
Yeah, well, we will begin this by saying that the voice recording is terrible.
Yes.
It was either done on location
The
and
mix-
something was off with one actor and they just had to do him. So two actors are good, one actor's done in the studio it's all over the place.
The scene in the parking garage was bad.
Are you talking about we can't go too far. Are you talking about the rollerbladers?
No, not that. I'm talking about before that, when they were like talking in the parking garage and like it's echoing.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
did. I was like, I feel.
Hey, yep, let's get the van. Let's go get the elevator. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I felt like there was heavy echoes sometimes. So,
Anyway.
This movie opens up on tits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2 pairs of
And
titties.
that's the only nudity in the whole movie.
Yeah.
But, yeah, borderline Naomi Watts almost had tits
So-
out all throughout this thing.
I'm sorry for suggesting the movie. I didn't know it would have nudity. I apologize.
How dare you? Yeah, panties are coming off is one line there.
Yeah.
She's taking her panties off.
Hey, bud, give me another quarter. I gotta watch this. Oh man, I want to watch.
She's
guys
taking her
being guys.
panties off.
And he finds it. He's like, how do I see? Oh, where'd it go?
He gets a glimpse.
And he's like, hey, give me a quarter.
Give me a quarter, yeah.
I don't got a quarter.
Yeah, so I was into it. That shot, that camera shot that goes from the front of the building through the gate, through the protective thing to the guys on this binocular system was pretty nice. It was a
good.
pretty nice shot.
It was good for 2001.
And I was like, this is actually going to be a cinematic movie. And that's where it stopped.
yeah, they blew the budget there.
There was a couple of shots of the building that were pretty bad.
So this
Like a painting.
this was the Empire State Building, but it's called the Millennium Building.
Yeah,
And
which
do you know the Millennium Building's in San Francisco?
they have one in New York also.
Oh, okay.
They do have one, but it's not 102
Is that
stories.
the one that take over for the Twin Towers?
I think so.
This looked like
This movie had
the
some towers in the background.
what it
did.
was. Yeah, throughout.
Okay, should we? You want me to say the quick plot of the movie?
Yeah.
Like, we watched this as a horror movie for Halloween. But the IMDb quick is when the elevators in New York's 102-story Millennium Building start to malfunction, mechanic Mark Newman is sent to find the cause. After a series of gruesome and deadly accidents occur, Mark joins forces with a spunky reporter named Jennifer.
That spunk.
Too low.
Like that spunk.
All right. So
So yeah, the elevators in a building start going haywire and killing people.
yes.
That's-
So we'll leave it
in
at
a-
that,
in
and
a
then
nutshell.
then we're gonna then we'll get to what really happened at the end.
So are
Spoiler alert.
we going through it? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to watch the movie without spoilers, watch it now and come back and listen to the rest of the episode before we totally ruin all of the major plot twists and plot
Yeah.
points of this movie.
That's kind of the idea here. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're about to ruin it for you.
Yep. Or if you just want to hear it, just go.
I thought it was funny that the dork at the elevator at the beginning, who's yelling at his watch, he's like,
Hey, what? Well, yeah.
he's like,
What you doing?
he's shaking it.
He doesn't die.
No, he doesn't. He,
He
throws
doesn't
up in
die.
his hat.
And he's mad at the elevator because the doors keep closing. He's like,
Hey, stay open.
What did he say?
Stay open when I say stay open.
he's like, I said, stay open.
What?
And like elevators doors don't work like that. They are designed to close every few seconds.
What happened with him? He was standing in the doorway, shoulder to shoulder. It closed on him very hard, and it bends his
It
flashlight.
showed- I thought his foot was going to get chopped off.
I thought he was gonna get just skin like cut in half.
Yeah, I thought it was going to
lengthways.
squish him, and his eyeballs were going to pop
Yeah.
out.
All that is it's not killing someone right now. It's showing the power
Yes.
that this thing has. It's alluding to death, but
it's-
not
it's
taking
growing
life.
strength.
Yeah, as if Shaft, the trailer, didn't bring it out for you. Like, oh, these elevators are dangerous.
Well, it's a dangerous elevator and doesn't know how to kill quite yet.
There's 76 elevators in the
It's
Millennium Building.
learning.
We're only going to focus on 3 elevators.
They've learned to multiply.
So
the express elevators.
I didn't see no
Oh,
baby
yeah.
elevators. Anyway.
yeah, the express elevators, like the fact that it's express and then there's normal elevators, is also dangerous in this day and age.
I don't know.
So then it goes on to we meet our 2 main characters. Well, I'm going to say we meet one main character. The other guy, he ends up not being a part of this movie.
Mark Wahlberg and Jeremy Renner. That's what it should have been.
Basically,
Just
yeah.
remake this movie.
I don't know who these guys are either. I've never seen them in another movie,
No.
but
No.
they've got their headshots on IMDb.
Well, he was Discount Stifler, the main character.
Yeah.
You're right. Discount Stifler.
Yeah,
yes.
that was James Marshall and, well, never mind.
Well, I
well,
like the part where they going right before it goes to the two elevator guys. It shows the two retards trying to go up the elevator to watch the Swedish films.
Oh,
It should have went to the 69th floor on that one. It went to the 66th floor.
So we meet those two guys, and like I was telling Thomas the other day, we had to stop talking about it because we didn't want to give too much away and ruin it for ourselves. But I thought that who you said, Stifler?
Yeah.
I thought Stifler was going to be the asshole of the movie because
Yeah.
he's a drunk. He's waking up in his car. He's lost his keys.
His
he doesn't
girlfriend's
care.
cheating on him.
Yeah, and I thought the guy with the better brown hair was going to be the nicer one who gets him through in life and
He
help
turned out to
him.
be a real big
Especially
asshole.
after-
He's a fucking asshole.
Especially after the beginning where that guy's like, "Hey, why you charging me $24 for 3 burgers?
Oh yeah,
You moron!" And then they
yeah.
show
The atypical New Yorker
did
that
you-
got overcharged.
You talking about the diner scene?
the diner scene.
Yeah.
Because she lowered the price to $13 for 3 burgers, and I was impressed.
I've actually got the diner scene audio, and we need to hear that because it's one of the worst added in.
It's great. No,
Glad-
it's
Are you a
great.
deaf moron?
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that saw that and was like, yeah.
No, it was great.
Going to need health insurance.
This guy's going to need health insurance. Punches him in the face. Looks like you need health insurance, pal.
He does the fucking roll where he rolls backwards over the table.
Yeah. They're just generic. He got socked in the chin.
And the girl comes up to him. She's like, "Are you okay?
That went nowhere.
You want to?
I thought there was going to be a romantic subplot between the diner lady.
You want an aspirin?
Yeah. Because, like, that happened, and then he goes to his girlfriend's house, and she's got some stud in her bathroom that's like, oops, I'm sorry, and closes the door again.
Now, here's my thing. Was that even his girlfriend?
It was
I'm
somebody.
thinking it was just this guy's awkward as hell, and this is just some girl he runs into every 2 weeks.
Oh, it's just like...
and he's like, "I'm finally going to bring her flowers."
It's his
and
tap
he does,
out.
and he does it, and she's just getting railed.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm super sorry about what I said last night. I was an asshole." And then
yeah.
she sees it, and then he sees the other guy, and he's like, "Everything I just said,
Oh, yeah.
I was wrong. Forget about it."
Yeah.
I was joking.
So he's just one on her list.
Yeah, yeah.
And he thinks it's kind of something special, but he's just number 5.
What I think they were trying to show us was like this chick got mad, and so she's like, "Fuck him! I got someone I can fuck." And I really think this is just bad writing. It is bad writing.
Yeah.
I got me some fun.
All right, I got this scene. Check this
All right,
out.
the diner scene.
What? You think I am too dumb to know?
I'm sorry, that's a mistake. Don, we still need to fix that cash register.
Register my ass. You trying to pull a fast one on me, ain't you? Hey,
She said she was sorry it was a mistake, you know? I don't think you should be talking to her like that.
That's
what do
great.
you
the
think?
fuck's it to you?
I just think you're out of line, man.
It's just
It's
a big
all right,
oath.
Mark.
Yeah, shut your fucking mouth, you moron.
You moron. Just imagine this is a 6'4", somewhat fat guy with a white tank top with the brown stain on the front.
Mustard stains everywhere. Yeah.
2 of the 3 got their voices recorded in that scene.
Yeah.
And the
You
only
moron.
the big oath had to be done later for whatever reason.
What'd you say?
Oh, well, what? Didn't you hear me?
It's just terrible.
You're going to need health
It's like
insurance,
there's
pal.
like a crisp voice. There's no background noise when he talks.
Yeah,
It's too
way-
loud. It's yeah.
Yeah. So the diner scene was pretty funny.
Though they say a lot. The guy with the brown clean hair, as he gets in a fight, he makes a line about Desert Storm. That I kind of
This isn't Desert Storm. Well, didn't he say this isn't Desert Storm?
That we fought
right.
small guys with big shoes.
That's right.
What does that mean?
Clowns.
Speaking of clowns, what's up with the clown in the lobby giving out balloons?
You gotta have a clown, man. It's 2001 New York.
Well,
this
that's-
is pre 9/11 New York.
And there was a clown. And there was some Southern guys going like,
Oh, you heard that too? Oh, howdy these elevators.
Wait, what did he say?
Yeah.
just a bunch of rednecks wearing cowboy hats. How did the elevator? You know, Tom
It was like,
says it.
boy, how'd these elevators go so fast?
Oh my god.
You didn't hear that part?
No.
Boy, this building's tall.
I ain't never seen one this tall.
I never been somewhere like this concrete.
Where I'm at, we got steps.
And we fuck each other like
In our
Brokeback Mountain.
sisters.
I never ride the elevator if it's only 10 stories.
And I think after that, where we meet like Captain Capitalist, the boss,
Yeah.
and his friends.
Okay,
And
so, can we back up for a second?
Yeah.
The lightning storm happens before
Oh,
all
my
of
bad,
this.
my bad.
The lightning storm happens. So you have the lightning storm that strikes the tower multiple times, but then throughout the movie they say that stuff's not working right. But it never goes anywhere. Because, like, that scene we just heard with the moron guy, it's like, the cash register's been messing up lately. But it goes nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you have the lightning strike. They call the two mechanics, your clean cut, I've been here for 2 years, and then the guy who's trying to help, the Stifler guy. And they go up, and the chief mechanic guy is trying to show them around the engine room of the elevator on the roof, right? Y'all remember that scene?
Yeah.
Well,
And this is where you
He
think...
takes offense to this.
This is where you think the nice guy that's helping his Desert Storm buddy out, he flips a switch instantly.
Yeah, I was just instantly like, well, I'm out on this guy. I hope he dies.
He's like, it ain't the fucking electrical box, pal. We the experts here.
yeah, what he says,
the engineer guy with the
Could it
building.
be lightning?
he said, yeah, he's like, we had a bad lightning storm last night, and even JFK shut down for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And he says,
Yeah, JFK shut down for 2 hours. We had like 9 strikes on the building.
he said, you're talking about the latest and greatest.
Yeah.
He said, well, you're the expert. Yeah, that's right.
He's like, lightning affected electronics. That's a thing of the past. Like, wait a
All
minute.
these new age computers.
These new age computers, they can handle lightning strikes.
This is modern technology.
Wait, what? It's still electronics. Dumb fuck.
He's bipolar, at least.
Something. He only took his wife out to dinner twice.
And he flipped a switch.
The second time was the night he's killed himself.
He didn't kill himself, though. He got killed by the elevator.
All right, I got it.
We'll talk about that scene later. I love that
Airport was
part.
shut down for 2 hours.
We're talking about the latest technology here. Electrostatic field, radiation fucking up computers
You hear
like
the
this.
elevators
It's a
in the
thing of the
background.
past.
Well, you're the experts.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
right.
asshole. This guy's such a company man. I don't understand. Like,
He was-
at that point in the movie, I don't understand.
He was trying to help. He was trying to
yeah,
help
you see
him.
that
He
guy was a
hated
good
on
actor.
him.
He was like, I'm just.
And you can't, when you actually see the movie and watch it, you can see the guy scowl and get mad at him when he's like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was yeah, and then
His
and then his
body
buddy was
language.
like, "Well, you pissed that guy off."
He's like, good job fucking pissing him off.
I'm glad. I mean, he's like, "Well, I'm kind of glad that we know there was a lightning attack on the building, a lightning
Right.
strike on the building. I don't know why you got so angry with that guy. He was helping us."
And then they go to service. I use that term very loosely. They service the elevator, and he's like, we can't let them know that we fucked up somewhere.
We're the experts.
We're the experts. It's a problem on their end.
Yeah, he
Right.
does. He does say that. He says something like, "Even
Even if we are wrong, we're not going to admit it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I think
what
that's exactly what he says.
That's the mentality of America.
yeah." He goes away.
You pissed him off? Yeah, of course I did. No one tells me what to do or what to look for.
What if he was right
That's me.
about the lightning?
Very unlikely. But even if he was, we ain't gonna admit it. We're the experts, right?
Yes.
That's about 50% how I am in real life.
That's how you are all the time. If
They
someone tells you
tell
to,
me to fucking.
yeah, if someone tells you to do something, you're like, all right, and you don't do it.
Well, this sounds like work problems here.
That's not.
Well, so, where did we leave off? We talked about the
lightning. You want to? Well, you were talking about the Moneybags man.
Oh, it's just like a quick intro on like the boss of the building.
Oh, Richie Rich Dad.
Yeah, and then I think what it like transitions to our next main character.
Did you see his assistant?
Yeah.
Did anybody see his
The Italian
assistant?
guy? The guy that eats fucking slimy?
No,
What?
he had an assistant. The head honcho of the building has an assistant. It's Ike Barinholtz. Does anybody know who Ike Barinholtz is?
I know his face.
He's in Neighbors 1 and 2,
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, disaster movie. He was in Eastbound and Down. This was his first
Wow.
thing. And he
Oh,
was,
yeah.
He
He's
was
from Mad
in
TV.
it.
He's in Mad TV.
Yes, and he was in it for
Yeah.
10 seconds.
At the part and at the end. Yeah.
I didn't see him at the end.
He's at the end.
Okay.
After they shot the Stinger missile.
We'll get to that
We'll get to
later.
that.
So I just wanted to point out, like, there are...
Yeah.
There's a lot of big name actors in this and actresses in this
Yeah, questionable.
movie. Well, okay, you got Ron Perlman, you got Michael Ironside, you got Naomi Watts.
And then character actors like the rich manager.
Every one of those are B-list actors.
Yeah. No, Ron Perlman's not a B-list actor.
Yeah,
He was the main person in Hellboy.
Hellboy's a B movie.
Okay, he was.
Yeah, this movie is like the only
Okay.
person that's like A-list, and that's barely A-list is Naomi Watts.
Naomi
She's
Watts.
barely.
That's because she was in King Kong.
Yeah, because Jack Black was in that.
Yeah.
So that saved her ass.
Yeah,
She's also in Eastern Promises with Viggo Mortensen. It was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
I consider Ron Perlman an A-list actor.
I don't.
He's like a top. He's like the same.
Okay, maybe an A- actor.
He's a B+ actor because he's a little above Bruce Campbell.
He scowls too much. He's like Will Ferrell is A-list. Ron Perlman's B, definitely.
He was in Sons of Anarchy for like 4 seasons.
That's B-list.
That was a major TV show.
TV show.
Major network TV
Now,
show.
if Avatar had got sequel faster, we could argue A-lister.
Okay.
But it's been like 12 years.
Wow,
Sure.
wonder what he's doing in that movie.
He's probably a general.
He's probably dead. Didn't he die in the first?
He's not in the movie.
He's not in the first one. You're talking about the guy that had the weird scars.
Yeah,
on his
and,
face.
oh yeah. See,
not
that's
wrong.
what I'm saying. There's like
B-list. There's
that's what I'm saying. It's
He's
just
the
Will
new
Ferrell,
general.
Ron Perlman, and that guy I'm talking
the
about.
character actors.
Oh.
That guy wanted to play Bishop. They wouldn't let him. He was too old.
They needed a black guy to play Bishop.
That guy's badass.
No, it's not Bishop.
Cable.
Cable.
Okay.
That guy's badass.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right. So on to our next main character. You say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ditzy girl.
Yeah.
who?
The girl. The
Oh, Naomi Watts,
Yeah,
the reporter.
yeah.
With
Jennifer.
the nipples. We first meet her with nipples.
Dude, she's hot.
She is. She's
this
in
movie,
top.
she's hot.
She's in top shape in this movie.
Yeah. This is
With
like prime.
And okay, directors are questionable. This dude was a sleazeball. Like I can guarantee you, this director was a sleazeball. And
His name was Dick Moss.
His name was Dick Moss. I guarantee you, he specifically asked for Naomi Watts to look like that, with her tits, her nipples, everything out.
Dick Moss.
I'm gonna have to find Dick Moss and ask him some man-to-man questions about this movie one day.
I want to know if Naomi Watts has been in a subjective situation
Well,
with her career.
I mean, as soon as she's
I don't know if it's Moss or
Sean.
Moss. It's MAAS.
she's immediately like,
MAAS,
subjected.
Like Moss.
So
Dick
she's sitting
Moss.
here working. This nerd comes up to her. He's like,
wait. We got
Oh, okay.
She got a virus, and
Oh, she
she
gotta
calls out to the nerd.
Yeah, and the nerd comes up. He's like, oh, can I smell your seat?
Pretty much. Smell you later.
Hey, is this awkward? Like the time I ask you out?
It's like Agent Smith.
Dick Moss.
This looks like the guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin's funny like alter ego that he's trying to do in
It's like,
Parks and Rec. Oh wait, The Office.
What's his fucking name? Weinstein.
Was that guy? Is
Sunglasses
that guy
on.
Israeli?
He's,
That would actually make a lot
He's from
of-
the Netherlands.
Okay, if he was Israeli, it'd take a lot of my questions away.
Guarantee you that guy has done questionable stuff with women that
Yes.
work.
Oh,
for
yeah.
him.
Back in that time period, it was like, you want to be in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dick ain't gonna suck itself.
I didn't get it out for air.
You need
Pretty
mo-
much.
You need
Well, he
moss in
wouldn't
my
say
dick.
that. A guy like that wouldn't say that. He would just like throw his eyes down.
But
I didn't say anything.
I didn't ask her to. She just did it.
So where are we at? The guy sniffing?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
sniffing guy.
The simp.
Chip is his
Yeah,
name.
Chip.
Oh, Chip. Yeah.
Yeah, Chip.
He
Chip.
One.
You couldn't tell if he was a good guy or a bad guy.
What was comical about that is she knew exact. She's like, my computer is messed up. He comes over. He's like, oh, it looks like a virus. She says, wait,
He was a simp. Mm-hmm. He was a straight simp.
I have it right.
And she was using him. So actually, he was a good guy and she was a bitch to him.
And it was before
Oh,
computers were popular.
Oh, she said, looks like a virus. Nail the will you?
Is this after or before the bathroom scene?
Before. This is before.
Okay.
This is before.
So this is setting her up to be a villain.
She's a good actor. Like the way
Yeah.
she acts in response to that scene, she like leans in and she's like, "Nail the bastard, will ya?"
It's just
Really
a,
bad one-liners.
It's
in
just a
this movie.
terrible script.
Really bad one-liners. In
Oh,
this
this is
movie.
right forward with the editors. Like, I want a 400-page report.
Yeah.
She's like, but I'm working women's rights.
He's like, keep it juicy. She's like, I'll pee on it.
Yes, she said. He says, "I want make it juicy. 400 words. Make it juicy."
I'll pee on it.
I'll
Okay,
pee on it then.
I'll pee on it.
And then it goes, cuts next scene.
Yeah.
And the next scene is fantastic.
The next scene is after the first incident that the elevators had caused. Mm-hmm. And that was where,
Tuna fish special.
Is that what we're gonna call it? The tuna fish special? 5 pregnant women in the elevator.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it gets steamy, hot and steamy.
Yeah, like what? Okay, so I know that was a balloon between her legs.
Yeah.
That shot where it's just like growing up this way.
There's no way that you're going to start giving birth that fast.
No,
That was a balloon.
Like your water breaks, and 5 minutes later you're already
So
like
it's the power
head
of
out.
the haunt.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's a haunted elevator, whatever.
The lights went green.
At this point, it's a
Yeah,
bro,
why'd they turn green?
it's a bro elevator, man. He's like he saved those women 8 hours of time.
I guess
They just drop them down, shoot the babies.
they all
out,
had their
boom.
babies at the same time.
I think one girl died. Did you see the Indian girl
yeah.
like lump over dead with
course
her
they
eyes
killed-
still
They
open?
killed the colored lady first.
They did.
A woman died.
They took away the culture at the
I
very
wish
beginning.
the elevator would open and the babies would went.
Or maybe the baby survived. That was the one that came out in the kennel.
I wanted to see frying babies, like what we were alluded to.
That
With the
wasn't
fried
thought of
eggs.
it. This is pre 9/11, Chris.
So these women
Very
are
pre-9/11.
boiling and they're having their babies, and then doors open and you see people looking in disbelief, and then we transition to the diner where they're frying eggs and bacon.
Yeah, you moron.
I wanted to see frying babies because that's what they gave us the idea was happening. But then they carried babies out in incubators, so those babies were okay.
Yep.
It was like red herring after red herring. It was like,
They
gotcha.
they
Fake you out.
teased it. They teased it.
I
so
got a
hard.
good one too. The one that's like,
Oh my
we won't
God.
lead. We won't get there.
I got that written down. That one pissed me off so much.
It was so terribly
Oh.
done. But let's stay
Yeah,
on
that's-
topic.
that's
Let's stay on
pretty
topic.
Okay.
So wait.
I don't know.
Hang on.
No,
I got-
you'll remember.
I'll
yeah.
remember when it gets there, I guess.
I hated that part.
Oh wait. I'm sorry.
Buy 6 and make it juicy.
I'll pee on them.
What does that mean?
Making it juicy.
Yeah.
Gotta make it wet.
All right.
Wet ass papers, man.
We're going right into the next scene here. I'm going to let you guys hear this.
Check that.
Barney, what happened here?
Hey, a bunch of women got stuck in an elevator or something.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the one where they showed the dead baby in the kennel.
Yes.
Oh, it wasn't dead. It was in an incubator.
Oh,
They were cooking it.
This bitch knows every fucking cop in New York where she's like, hey, Barney, what's going on? And he's like, oh, hey, for blah, 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 women dead. Like, no cop's going to tell a reporter that to begin
No,
with.
no.
And why are we giving this character the sensation of, or like she runs New York. She knows all the fucking cops.
And she
used
works
to
for
be
a
like-
shitty post.
That's what she's used to doing.
It's ridiculous.
And she works for like the lower tier newspaper.
Yeah, New York Post or some shit.
Yeah.
Everyone laughs at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody laughs at her. So the cops aren't going to take her serious. That's bad writing once again.
Right.
So, anyways.
Do you want to get to the next victim?
Oh, did we talk about the part in the bathroom when she?
that's after.
I can't remember.
Oh, that is
Oh,
right
that's
after
okay.
that,
That's
isn't it?
after.
Yeah, get to the next victim.
All right, so the next victim was the Joker man, right?
Oh, yeah.
the Joker origin.
Because he's just like, can I get a look at you
Well, we established he's a blind man.
with the CNI
Yeah.
dog?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, the next victim, he's a blind older gentleman with a seeing eye dog, and he's getting his hair done inside the Millennium Tower or building or whatever. And it's the woman's last day, so she colors his hair green, and he looks like the Joker.
They make it look like he wanted all this, and then we found out it's a joke.
Yeah,
and you tell he probably fills her up every time.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yes, that's another thing. Like Chris was saying, he wanted to see her one last time.
It made me envy being blind. Like if
I
if
did
that's how
envy
you
that.
shake
I did.
hands,
I did envy that
that's how
scene.
people shake hands.
Because she was
like,
pretty
oops.
attractive, that lady.
It's like, oops, he didn't even apologize. She was like, okay, that's enough. And he's like, I hate that you're not going to be here anymore. He didn't even say, I'm
because he does
sorry.
it
This
every
is
time.
something that constantly happens.
That's why she dyed her
between
hair
those
green.
two.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
he probably tips her.
She probably charges more on the
she
card.
She wishes he tips her.
Tip.
He wished he could give her the tip.
Yeah, so she stopped him when he worked all the way down to the vagina,
The waistline.
This makes me hate blind people.
Yeah.
I think they're all doing this.
Yeah, right. Because
They're all
like
scummy.
you
You know,
could just be like, "Can I?"
It was a
can
real
I
prelude, dude. He was just going for it. He was trying to grab her by the pussy.
It don't give you the right. These are so like proud people.
He was going for it.
No, once again, this is pre 9/11 New York.
Oh, you can just grab women by the tits.
No,
Back
the
then,
pussy.
yeah.
You got to say the pussy. You could grab women by the pussy
In
back
9/11
then.
or not before 9/11?
Yeah, before 9/11. After 9/11, that doesn't fly no more.
This was like Trump's playground, dude. You could
You could grab women by the pussy.
right.
anyway.
So then he proceeds to walk down the hall.
In humiliation, but
Yeah.
he doesn't know he's in humiliation. Everyone's staring at him.
And that one lady that laughed at him was extremely mean. Are you gonna walk by a blind person with a dog and be like,
Blind
He had
bastard.
just molested somebody, so you didn't feel bad.
Yeah.
about it.
but
It's also New York. There are plenty of people walking around with green hair
Yeah.
in New York at this time.
Yeah.
This is not uncommon. There's a lot of weirdos in New York.
So he gets to the elevator, he hits the down button, it comes up extremely fast, and then takes him up to the 91st floor
Yeah.
where there's construction.
he thought he was going down, but it was going up.
No,
Yeah, he would have
no.
felt it going.
No, he thought he was going up to get someone. He said, I guess we're picking up another
yeah, he
person.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he was talking to
'Cause
his dog.
He was weirded out that he was going up, and he was like, I guess we got to pick someone else up.
He's like, did I hit the wrong button?
He's like, you coming on? And he didn't hear a voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got up to a level that was under construction.
Yeah. So he steps out of the elevator. The door closes behind him. So then he hits the button again. Another elevator opens, but there's no elevator there. Just the door is
And he
open.
goes, "Come on, Buster."
Yeah. That's his dog. Because the dog's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? No. And he's like, oh, don't get scared of me now, Buster.
Come on, Buster.
And then he, for some reason, he doesn't flick his cane out there to see if the elevator's there. He just walks and falls. He somehow does a 360 spin or a 180
yeah.
a 180 spin
That dog's
move.
neck should have been broke.
I bet he's
Yes.
got some pretty fast reflexes because of his
Was he
blindness.
Daredevil?
Because of his blindness.
Well, it is New York.
His
a blind guy in New York.
Is this Matthew Murdock?
his senses are heightened.
He sees in blue.
He starts out as the Joker and ends up being Daredevil.
Sight takes a lot away from your other senses.
Yeah, he's like 60-something years old.
He should be able to smell the hair dye.
Now he has green hair though, so he's Joker-esque.
Okay, the green hair gives him +1
Or
strength.
so that's what happened. He was smelling the hair dyes, and it messed
his-
up with his sense of smell because he'd be smelling the draft out of the elevator.
right.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
instead,
that's
he walks
true.
off and dies.
There was a draft. This elevator
Should've
was
felt the wind.
drafty.
Yeah.
But he's up so high there should be weather up there.
Anyway,
He does say that. Bring a jacket.
as the man was falling, I felt super bad for the dog that he dragged
I
down
felt
with him.
Right.
terrible
Because
about
he,
that dog.
he didn't fall right away. He turned around and grabbed on the ledge, and he's still holding on
And
to
that
his
dog's
dog's
just like-
leash.
He's like, pull
Backing
me, pull me. Like, this dog is working and
the,
working.
the dog is working to try to save its own ass, but then for some reason he lets go of the ledge and puts both hands on the dog leash. Like, this 30-pound dog is going to save my 200-pound ass.
on slick floor.
I give it props for killing the dog.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the dog
I
scream
wasn't
was sad.
expecting that.
Yeah, so
The
him-
dog screamed, Tyler.
as soon as he two hands the dog's leash,
You heard it bounce.
they all go.
You heard a dog bounce.
Yeah.
Like, the man and the dog fell into the vacant elevator shaft and fell like 30 stories and
There's
died.
a surprise later.
Yeah.
And then it shows the dog swinging later on in the movie.
There's the surprise.
It's like, all right, we got an animal in here, and they're not even like it's just normal for them.
It's like, oh, another dead dog.
Yeah.
It's like how commonplace are dead animals in elevators. Like,
I think
Especially
he
a
was
seeing
even-
eye dog.
I think he was even offended. Didn't he say there's an animal in here? And someone was like, what kind of animal? He's like, it's a dog. What does it matter?
he's like, it's
Something.
a fucking animal.
It does matter. How did a dog get in there?
It's like the writing in this movie was so bad that you didn't even notice half the shit that they should have been saying properly.
Yeah,
It just makes you
anyone-
gloss over stuff, and you just take it like, okay.
I will say, I think 9 out of 10 people would have looked at that and said, holy fuck, there's a dog hanging here. And not said there's an animal here.
Oh man, there's an animal in here. What kind of animal?
A fucking dog. What does it matter? It's an animal. Who fucking cares?
Pre 9/11 New York.
Ain't got a soul.
It's dead now. It's an animal.
It was just swinging, covered in blood.
It's got its
Walked up the
harness
wrong
and
tree,
everything.
huh?
So after that, don't we go back to the security guards
Yes.
for their next night of service?
Bulk and Scully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do want to point out how much of an asshole, once again, the guy is. Where he said,
Yeah.
you got a lot to learn. When he's working on top of the elevator, and he's like, I can't find anything wrong. And he's like trying to be a nice guy. And he's like, we don't we don't tell him that. You got a lot to learn.
Oh yeah.
This guy keeps giving me these reasons to just hate him.
Well, you learn later why.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mark
so
Wahlberg.
the next two victims were the
previous security guards.
the peeping toms.
Yeah.
The Tides. Yeah.
Yeah. So they are in the boss's office going through his samurai cabinet to get top shelf whiskey, which is kind of a reference for Die Hard.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
This movie has a little bit of a Die Hard tinge to it.
It's the starting ticklings of Die Hard because you have the Asian people in the tower looking to move in.
And somebody calls him. He's like, hey, the elevator's moving. Check it out.
And like the black guy drives all the vehicles.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, they go to check out the elevator, and it plays tag with them with like three or four stories.
Oh, go down to 40. It's on 44.
Like, I'm not chasing this elevator all night.
And so the elevator hears that, and it just goes up and opens the door. Guy sticks his head out. Oh, where'd it go?
I knew that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then the doors close on his head and gets him stuck.
That was a... Oh, yeah.
That should show his fucking head get cut off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slowly. That was like a peeling off of an apple skin.
My biggest note on that scene was how his friend tried to save him.
It ripped his
and
jacket.
the guy's clothes just straight disintegrated.
I have a note too.
It would have only been better if it went straight down to his boxers.
Elevator. It was like elevator guillotine scene.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It rips the back of his clothes off.
Yeah, his jacket ripped to
Yeah, I
shreds.
said rips jacket. I was
Like,
oh,
what kind of
shit.
piece of shit clothing is this?
So what was weird about that scene is after that, don't they pan to these weird...
Yeah, the shrunken heads.
And I was like, what? Don't
Yeah.
tell me this whole building is fucking haunted because of these goddamn heads.
I think it's irony.
These masks in these cases. And then I was like, of course. And
Yep.
they were going to figure it out at the end. And now there's going to be tribal music every now and then.
Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya?
India land.
I think it was setting up a plot twist that never landed.
Another red herring.
Yeah, it never landed. It was just
God damn it.
a dead end.
Now we get to the bathroom scene.
Yeah, this is the bathroom scene. So after the guy gets decapitated...
Did we establish that our main characters worked on elevators?
Yes.
Yeah, the main characters are...
Okay.
Okay, so the guy gets
mechanics.
decapitated, so they bring in the mechanic and the elevator guys again.
And I want to point out that one of those mechanics is trying to get to Mechanic of the Year.
Yes.
Do we know the names? Let's establish. We never established. Jeff.
All right, yeah, it's...
It's Jeff and Stifler.
And Jeff is overly aggressive.
Jeff is the...
Yeah, Jeff is the
tall
nice guy. Jeff is the nice guy gone bad.
Yeah.
And then Mark
Okay,
is
Mark,
the
yeah.
His
mechanic.
name Mark? Okay.
In the
Jeff-
movie, his name is McCart.
Jeff is
Mark.
way too
Yeah,
aggressive.
Jeff is aggressive. Mark is the bumbly fool that slowly becomes Bruce Willis. at the
Yeah,
end.
he's the drunkard that becomes Bruce Willis.
Jeff and Mark.
So Jeff is up tinkering with the latest electronics on the roof of the building.
latest and greatest.
And Mark's in there still fumbling around with the mechanic stuff. He goes to the bathroom to throw up, somehow drops his cell phone
I
into
thought
the toilet.
at first I thought he threw up his phone.
That scene that makes sense. The phone never came out of his
He
vest.
was like he threw up his phone. I was
That's
like,
what
wow.
I thought. I did
Because
think that
he even
too.
pulls it out and looks at it like,
It's a giant ass Nokia phone.
And why did we even need to see that phone?
it was covered in fucking oatmeal.
There was no callback to that phone at all.
They didn't show him clean it.
We did not get a callback to any of these phones.
So he's in there spilling his phone out of his guts.
Somewhere.
And Naomi Watts walks in with a jumpsuit on.
Yeah.
Looked like 2 sizes too big. And then they have an interaction with each other. And she's like, so what happened in here? And he looks at her and sees her jumpsuit and says, who's your tailor?
yeah,
It's like, it'll shrink in the wash.
because she's wearing a huge jumpsuit with
like the legs,
logo.
walking on the legs that are past her feet.
So she's trying to sneak into the hotel with the hotel logo, like she's a maintenance woman.
Right.
And so she's in the men's restroom,
Trying to get the scoop on a juicy story.
and she just quickly takes his, which that is illegal. She took his fucking picture in a men's restroom.
Yep.
That is illegal.
Well, not in pre 9/11 New York.
It's always been illegal.
I'm going to keep saying it's pre 9/11 New York.
Always.
The Patriot Act changed everything.
The fact that she published it made it even more illegal.
Yeah.
No, because this is the elevator
It
to
doesn't
hell.
matter. Yeah, like he says, pre 9/11 New York rules are different.
Yep.
You
the
could
Patriot
rape
Act.
women and it not matter.
If I was,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. But
Well, we're not in pre 9/11 New York anymore, so we'll never know.
That mindset is gone.
I never existed in that time, so I wouldn't know.
that photo, that photo almost got him fired.
Yeah.
Well, look, he walks out of the bathroom. She
Yeah.
tries to leave, and he's just like, he raped me. That's why I'm saying.
That came out of nowhere.
The cops couldn't even care. They're like, whatever.
They're like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
boys will be boys.
I think
Officer, he raped me.
I think I seriously wrote that down.
Yeah, Naomi cried wolf about rape.
Yeah, that was my whole takeaway from all
That
that
whole scene.
There was plot going on.
man.
I'm
She
like,
instantly went to he raped me.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a million things you can say.
And he still ends up falling for her.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
her
later
death-
on in the movie.
Yeah.
After all that.
So that picture almost got him in trouble.
It almost
But-
got him fired.
What I would have told my boss is like, look at that fucking picture. I'm in the fucking bathroom.
Yeah,
she
he-
trapped me in the bathroom.
He's shaking his hands off in the picture.
Took my fucking picture, and you're gonna believe this fucking bitch? You're gonna fucking believe this bitch over me? I'm in the fucking bathroom.
But he
Yeah,
did-
it's just a business here, Jeff. Mark, whatever your name is.
You're gonna
I don't
kill
know.
us.
You're gonna kill us. This is the elevator
yeah.
the safest form of transportation.
Jeff is a good employee. He's
It's
been
just-
here for 2 years.
It's just business, Mark.
He's a good mechanic. He can go up in this
It's an
company.
example.
He can be somebody.
Be him.
You've been here
Come
for
on.
6 months.
It's his business, Jackson.
You're trash.
Jeff.
You're garbage.
Whatever your fucking name
You're a
is.
piece of shit.
So that's
We're
Ron
talking-
Perlman.
Yeah, and I wrote down a
Come
direct.
back at me in 2 years.
I wrote
and then
a
you
direct-
won't.
a
You see
direct
this
quote.
suit here?
Then you'll be a polished
It
turd.
won't fit you, but you can wear it like a clown you are.
When he said, "If you can't trust elevators, what the fuck can you trust?"
You can't trust escalators if you can't trust elevators.
Then when
What the fuck can you trust?
Stifler walks out,
Mark.
and a white guy talks to him that sound 100% like Carl Weathers.
Oh yeah, he was like, "This is your shift." He's like, "Fucking suck it up, go to work."
That guy sounded like Carl Weathers.
did.
And I was like, whoa.
I will point out that once he walked out of the office, it was a wall of white.
Yeah.
Like it was a built fucking set. It was like a
'cause
wall of
yeah.
opaque.
It was on a studio
Dude,
set.
this world,
Yeah.
in this world, it's made out that elevators are just huge business. There was a scientific elevator lab.
They had a
Yeah.
separate building for
Yeah.
elevator research.
Did you see the pictures in
like
Ron
NASA.
Perlman's office? Did you see the pictures
it
hanging
was
up on the wall? They're like
construction shots of elevator shafts?
abstract shots of elevators and elevator shafts lit with like orange
I like the way
lights.
they look. It makes you sleep easier at night. See, if
see
you can
this-
stay here,
this
you
is
can
the-
be what I'm at with abstract elevator art.
This elevator, it's a beautiful piece of machinery.
Unbeknownst to y'all, that was his porno hanging up.
I whack off these shafts all day.
That's a big shaft.
I get my shaft up and I whack it to these shafts.
Look at this shaft. That's a big shaft. I wonder how much elevator we can put
I
in
like
that shaft.
69 shafts.
How many people do you think you can get in
Nice.
that
Was
elevator?
this JFK now? It's the biggest shafts. I love these
I've got the
shafts.
shafts, the elevators. I went from Ron Perlman to JFK.
God damn, I bet we can get 20 people in this elevator car.
20 people. Heads will blow.
These elevators back and to the right.
Can you imagine a day when we get 30 people in this elevator car? My
Do
God.
Catholics believe in gravity?
Do Catholics believe in
Yes.
gravity? They don't believe in condoms or contraception.
Yep.
So they believe
Anyway.
that gravity will pull the sperm back
if she's,
out.
Oh, if she's on top, she don't get pregnant.
Right.
Yes, or anal.
I still like the one line after the lightning storm where he says, "Come on, man, we got to hurry up. We got to get to work." He's like, "I'll be faster than lightning on steroids."
No, he says that when he's going into the apartment after
Drunk
he
as
wakes up
fuck.
drunk from the car. He's like, "Hurry up!" He's like,
Oh, you got these keys with the Porsche emblem on them?
"I'll be faster than." He turns around and
He's got some beat up Buick.
Driving some Granada. That's what he's driving.
Dude, I know what happened. That one liner that someone wrote, they were like, really, really
I love
land that fucking
I love
line. He's like, he turns around, "I'll be faster than lightning on steroids."
And it's an elevator guy walking up steps. That's the best joke in the movie.
Okay, so so after all that altercation, you have the Nazi daycare worker,
Oh,
and
dude, what is her problem? How did she get that job?
is she Russian or Nazi or German?
I don't know. She's like Matilda's fucking bad. Like,
Okay, so this is a woman smoking a cigarette while watching like 3-year-olds.
We skipped to death there, didn't we?
Oh, we skipped the rollerbladers.
We'll do the rollerbladers.
dude,
next.
rollerbladers need a whole fucking podcast.
All right.
That 5-minute segment is a whole episode.
We'll hit the rollerbladers quickly next.
Okay.
Because then the movie just goes straight 200 miles per hour after the
All
rollerbladers.
right. We'll
I
talk
got
about
this.
this lady because
I got him. You ready?
So this lady, she's either German or Russian, and she's in a room with 1 to 4-year-olds playing. She's supposed to be a daycare worker. She's smoking a cigarette, and the whole time she's like, "You fucking little brats are gonna grow up to be pieces of shit."
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah. Let's
Play the
it.
clip. Play the clip.
But anyway, if you don't get knocked down by a car, or drink a bottle of Drano, or set fire to your bedroom, in a few years' time,
I like the music.
you'll all
in the
be
back.
on drugs, or selling your bodies in cheap hotels.
What the fuck is the problem?
Whatever the future is, you little creeps, it's not yours. Believe me.
And there's a swing with a kid missing.
Yes. it
So
gives
she's
you-
smoking a cigarette, walking back
In
and
a
forth.
daycare.
I thought that swing was showing us that the hotel or the skyscraper was haunted.
No, the kid left it.
No, the kid left.
Oh, they're showing us that a kid's missing.
Yes.
Did you think it was haunted too?
Oh, I'm going to be honest. Something that happened directly after that took all my notes from anything.
Oh.
And this whole part was nothing to me to the next part.
Okay. Well, let's be honest. No kid dies. So
No-
it's not
nobody
really that.
dies.
I hated
funny.
that part. I
Are you
wanted
going
the
to
kid
talk
to
about
get
the kid walking back and forth between the
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
tag with the elevator?
That was such
the
a
only other significant thing about that scene is she comes across Mr. Moneybags and his Japanese people and
Yes.
have another Die Hard reference.
Yes, that's my whole point. Is that he's like, well, we go up 4 stairs. We need some exercise, and all the Japanese people are like, exercise.
Because it's like, hey, how about I show you all the fitness room next? And they're like, okay. It's like, we'll take the elevator. And then he looks at the elevator and is like, this thing's been killing fucking people lately.
Yeah.
Well, it's only four stories up. Let's walk. We got to get exercise anyway. And they, white man exercise room.
he make joke. We go ahead and exercise now. Haha, I get it.
My father, he was in Die Hard.
Yeah.
it rivals the Japanese scene that's taken out of Santa Claus.
How'd that one go?
I don't know.
So I guess we want to talk about the roller skates.
Yes.
All right, let's go into the
What
rollerblade.
about these fucking guys?
I gotta find my note. I gotta find my note.
Okay, we got rollerblade bros.
I thought the rollerblade scene from
It's
the
just-
Power Rangers movie.
I
He's
said,
just out of nowhere, aggressive bladers jumping.
I
punching
said,
through
aggressive
streets.
as
what
fuck.
the fuck
I
is
started
this
swe-
rollerblading
I started
scene?
sweating.
And I also said, the guy that was killed looked just like Jack Black, young Jack Black.
Yeah, it's like a native Jack Black.
Okay, so this is like a
Aerosmith starts playing.
It was
Loving an elevator.
it was a black guy, right?
Just the instrumentals.
It was a black guy and a white guy.
It was a Hispanic guy.
Okay.
It
And like
doesn't
a-
matter.
And it was a Hispanic guy. He was wearing orange pants, but it was a jumpsuit, so it was the sleeves were tied around his waist, and he had a tank top. And their hair was like punk rock, early 2000s.
They get shot out of cannons over a car. Guaranteed they get slingshotted out of some movie set built thing.
They're going down the middle of New York.
And it almost looked like it killed these guys because
Yeah.
they go over that car and they're like, and then they get into it. But you can tell they're like,
Oh, I don't know where we're going, man.
like they got way too fast, too quickly.
Okay, so somehow they get into the parking garage. They're going down fast as fuck on their rollerblades, dodging cars. They're doing all these extreme stunts, and then the one dude gets hit and like hurts his knee and rolls, and the other dude turns around and is like, ha ha, and keeps going.
He said something when he gets out of the parking garage. He's like, slow sucker. Or
Oh, yeah,
something.
yeah, you slow sucker.
He says something stupid. He's like, yeah, bastard.
They were putting so many people at risk on the street.
I feel like I could hear him saying "boyaka" and it would have worked.
Something on those lines.
Big up,
My
boyaka,
wife came home and watched that part, and she walked right upstairs.
That was one of the best parts in the
like-
movie because he's just like, you slow ass sucker. He like does like the phone, like answer
Fucking
the phone.
Rocket League, or what's they call that TV show?
Yeah,
Rocket Power.
Rocket Power.
He's like, yeah, blah. You answer the phone there for me, blah. You black like you slow ass roller skating man.
I can't play it. It won't play for some reason.
It's
Yeah.
fine. We can.
Okay, so the guy gets hit by a car, the Jack Black looking motherfucker. He gets hit by a car. He lands, 20 or 30 feet from the elevators
Yeah.
in the parking garage, what happens?
Well,
He gets sucked
if you
into
guess the elevator door's prying itself open and sucking him in.
But the doors fly open to a shining beam of light.
But first, we got to say, big mention, is all the windshield wipers on all the cars stand up and wave him goodbye. They're like, goodbye.
I don't understand why the elevator didn't do this the entire movie.
Yeah, why were the cars activating?
It totally showed us powers that
it didn't use.
Why didn't it suck the girl in?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, like, it turned completely bright.
Dude, it could just launch people out of the fucking elevator all day.
It could have mass killed just like it wanted to.
Okay, so he's in the parking garage. He's probably on, like, basement floor 5.
Yeah.
And he gets shot up to the 100 or the 92nd story in the matter of 4 seconds or something.
Because they figure that out.
They do a little calm jump cut to people upstairs.
Yeah.
And the door opens. And
he flies. He flies out, goes through what they said, like a 12 mil piece of like reinforced pane glass, and through a catch fence that isn't supposed to let people jump off the side of the fucking building.
The guy was dead before he even fucking left the building.
Yeah.
And they said he committed suicide.
1, how do you fly out of the elevator and you don't touch ground at all? 2, you go through a triple pane of glass. And 3, you go through a chain link fence and knock it out. And like, oh, he went up to the top story in 4 seconds.
But it
took longer for him to fall.
Yeah.
They didn't even pay attention to that until you get Naomi Watts in, and then she gets her hands on the shit, and she's like, wait a second.
Okay,
Look at the timestamps.
That pisses me off.
Yeah.
That tape scene pisses me off.
But you see the guy get sucked in the elevator and shot out. He's like,
the time it doesn't match up. Even though you see the guy shooting out of the thing.
Yeah, she's like, well, you got someone on tape committing suicide.
I don't want to see that. But then you have the blood clot sucker guy down at the bottom. He's like, well, is he at his slow ass? And then he just lands on the ground beside him, and a bucket of blood splashes on him. And he's like,
Well, let's be honest. He probably would splatter some blood.
No, it was great because it splattered all over him. He was like, where's this slow sucker at?
And I believe that was our
sack of potatoes.
And that would be the second 9/11 reference in the movie, I think.
No,
because the jumpers.
Yeah.
That's the first one. That's the first
The
in the
first
movie.
one was in the daycare scene. There was a little picture of a donut and then the Twin Towers in the corner.
We'll get to the big references.
This is going to be a long podcast.
It's fine.
So
we got to do it justice.
So wait, well, where are we now? Like,
okay,
after this
so now
death,
they're watching the movie. It's like, hey, I got a movie of the security cameras. Is it X-rated?
Yeah, he's like, I watch porn all the time.
It's like, I don't want to watch a guy commit suicide.
Yeah. I was wondering about when we would get to Chip, the nerd,
again,
talking about the chips and brains. Of
the biochips.
Oh, what were they? They
Gustav.
they were reading an article, and then Chip just walks up, and he's like, "Hey, what are you guys reading?"
Okay, that happened later. First. After the blood clot guy, you had the elevator full of women, men, and children get blasted through the roof.
Well,
no, that's before. No, they go out first. Because when he shows her the video and then they go out and
that's when the Desert Storm guy takes his wife out to dinner.
Because she starts talking about chips and she's like, "You ever seen two chips fucking?"
Yes. And I'm like, "No, I've never seen two chips fucking. Never have seen
I guess
two
that's
chips.
another pre 9/11 New York thing because now it's probably everywhere.
And I want to say a machine is not a dead thing. He says a machine is a dead thing. And I'm like, what do you mean? What are you fucking writing?
And I guess we should clarify. It's that the elevator is apparently alive. Yeah. Chip.
Well, no, Chip's not the elevator.
No. They're saying that like there's a
human
chip,
DNA,
like an AI.
It's a biochip.
Yeah,
is what they call it.
Yeah, see,
that Michael Ironside
in the 2001 version of AI.
Right. See, this is a biochip that was developed 3 generations worth, and they all failed. So then he thinks, I'll team up with the elevator company guy and try to get my thing across after the U.S. military shut me down.
Are we talking about the guy from Starship Troopers?
Roughnecks! You got 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes to fuck? All right.
You're going to die today.
But that comment about the dinner thing is hilarious to me. Before Naomi Watts and Mark go out to dinner, the wife comments about it, because that's where Jeff takes off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they meet him and he's getting in his van.
He's like, I can't talk about it right now. God damn it. And runs off. And then, like,
very upset.
She's like, he's too out to the expensive dinner. The last time they done that was when he proposed to me before y'all went to Desert Storm. And then it zooms in on her face.
Who was that actress?
I don't know.
She's dressed up and pregnant.
I feel like she's in something I've seen before.
Probably Desert Storm movie. They mentioned it like 5 times in this fucking movie.
We're not in Desert Storm.
And then the entire time when they're having dinner, the reporter's like explaining how an elevator works.
To an elevator mechanic.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's like a 4-minute exposition on how the electronics of elevator works.
Yeah, and for some reason I wrote dog lover. I'm not sure what I'm talking about.
I don't know either.
All right, so this
You
is before,
probably saw the dog hanging.
No, this is after them doing this part,
Hooker
but
number
before the next elevator ride.
Mm-hmm.
At some point I wrote dog lover, and I'm not sure why.
Well,
They show a picture of Steinberg younger, and it's just Michael Ironside with a toupee on.
let's see here.
That was funny to me.
The apartment just needed. Oh, okay. When did they go to the apartment then? That had 2 6s on it because I was like,
That was
that's
later.
weird.
Oh, that was when they went to go see Kowalski's wife.
Yeah.
The guy that had committed suicide at 6 months
Because they
prior.
go back to Jeff's wife's house after dinner.
I
And she's
thought-
like, Kowalski died the same way.
I thought there
Yeah.
was going to be a connection with 666 because of that.
They were
apartment number.
alluding to 666, but they only did 2 6s multiple times.
Yep.
Okay, and then they got in. And also,
Because Jeff's dead, right?
Yeah, Jeff dies after he leaves in the van.
but we don't know
disgruntled.
that yet.
I think it's funny that
They
I didn't
find
even
him
write
the
Jeff
next
died
day.
in my notes. That's how much I hated him.
Naomi Watts committed a crime.
When?
She broke
she
into
went-
that house.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Like she's committing crimes all through
And
this.
she tells the lady, like, you shouldn't leave your house unlocked. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
But
we
you
just
broke
came
in-
in because it was unlocked.
You broke in.
Yeah. So, I wrote here, please God, tell me Kowalski's spirit isn't causing this.
You were
Yeah.
halfway right and wrong at the same
See,
time.
there's like red herrings everywhere. They're like, oh, it's chips. Oh, also there's voodoo. I'm
Well,
like,
that's when
this
we,
is
that's
awesome.
when it
Because
was
she has a
alluded.
shrine. She has a shrine.
She has a shrine, and that's when we start to figure out what's going on. She has the shrine. They're getting to the bottom of it, and then like Jeff's gone, and they're
it's
like,
trying to make you think it's haunted, but it never is.
it's that meme where the camera's like zooming in on the guy, and he's like, "Oh my god!"
See, the thing is, I think it is Kowalski though in the elevator. I think they grinded him up.
It's his
yeah.
tissue.
See,
It is.
they said he committed suicide, but whenever they do research on Gunther, the biochemist guy, they
couldn't
take
follow
brain
this
matter
at all.
and put it in what?
I couldn't follow.
It's like
this at all.
2001 version of a smartphone.
So
That-
Michael
that-
Ironside creates a biochip that uses human matter to control electronic objects.
Yeah.
So they use Kowalski's body and brain as the human matter to control it, but then his brain ends up learning and growing and taking
Yeah,
over.
that's what my
the
take
elevator.
was. I'm like 2001 smart elevator. What would they do?
But
they would cut somebody's head open and put their brain in.
But
it.
they're trying to make you think it's a haunted elevator from the lightning, but it turns out to be a scientific.
Oh yeah,
It's like a Frankenstein's monster
light-
with the lightning.
The lightning shorted out his brain, turned him into Frankenstein.
All right.
I
Yeah.
like where you're going.
All right,
Yeah.
so this is when we get to the
only way to
big
kill is with
elevator
fire.
death scene.
Yeah.
This is when we get to the big elevator death scene.
Okay, so this elevator gets packed full of families and tourists and children
Yeah.
and everything.
And I immediately wrote, why the fuck are they still letting people on this elevator?
Yes, because there's already been so
What do
many
you got,
deaths.
Alex?
I have one that says elevator went so fast the bottom fell off.
So I
Which
got
is
it.
not wrong.
I got this here. Someone said, you pushed the button too hard. Someone pissed themselves.
Yeah, it showed
it
kids.
did.
It's like pickle
He's
juice.
dehydrated, the motherfucker.
It's like pickle juice. I've never seen green
you
piss.
need some more water, kid.
So there was like 4 children and like 8 adults on this elevator.
And,
And
they
then
show the kid
And a
die.
fat guy.
The-
a
yeah,
fat
They
man
showed-
that
they
looked like
showed-
Peter Griffin.
They showed all of them bounce off beams.
And then the next thing I wrote was, holy fuck, what just happened?
the fucking bottom of the elevator opened like a can.
Yeah.
It peels out.
And there's a kid holding on to his mom that
lets
finally
go. She
lets
drops his
go.
ass.
Did you see the
And
kid
he
fall?
bounces.
You see the kid's shadow go woo.
And then
the fat guy bounced off the 2 beams was hilarious.
Yes,
He
that
went,
was
Oh,
great.
that one guy that fell 30 feet somehow
Yeah.
bounced off a beam and held onto one.
yeah. Come on now.
Lucky. So that thing's going so fast that it crashes out the top of the fucking motor room.
Yeah, and the people left in it just splat.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep,
Like
so-
the 3
And
people that were able to
And
hold
the
on.
president.
And then I was like, I said right here, why I said, why is the president talking about this?
It goes like,
why would the president...
elevators are huge business in this
Why
world.
would the president ever talk about this?
So this elevator shoots through the roof of the building, and it instantly shoots to the White House. No preface, no nothing. It goes to the White House, and he's like, there was a major terrorist attack on our nation's soil today. I'm like, 9/11.
He said the word malevolent, which means people wanting to do evil things to others.
I wonder if George W. Bush watched this movie and got some like inspiration when he was doing his 9/11 speech.
This came out in May. 9/11 happened in September.
He could have.
But this movie really never even came out. Like
no, it was a flop because it was a $15 million budget.
It made $15 million back, though.
Did it?
Yep.
That's not a flop.
It broke even.
Hollywood accounting probably says it's a flop.
All right.
Now we get to the meat and potatoes of the...
Well,
yeah, so this movie...
Oh, yeah, the climax.
This movie is a 9/11 movie.
Yes.
With elevators instead of airplanes.
This is where the 9/11 precursor really kicks in.
Yes, the last 30 minutes turns into Die Hard.
That building should have fell down.
It
I mean,
should
with
have.
all the explosives, it would have been better if they would have somehow...
Straight down.
Well, you think one elevator shaft out of 74 coming out of the building should collapse it?
If you take the core out of it, it falls down, right?
Yeah, but
Well,
you
it
gotta remember,
didn't-
there's
it didn't-
74 cores.
It blew through the roof. It didn't go through the side of
This
the building.
isn't just one building
okay.
with one elevator.
Yeah, but the FBI could have been someone who could have infiltrated the It's not even the FBI. It's the New York
FBI was-
Police Department.
No,
Why?
there's
The
an
FBI
guy.
was there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? The president gave a national news conference about the elevators being controlled by terrorists. So they sent like SWAT team, FBI, and everybody to the building.
Yeah, and I have something about that.
All right.
Why is Naomi Watts getting cold feet now? She's driving that truck, and she's scared to death.
And the dude's just in the...
She's broken into a house, like committed multiple crimes throughout this movie, and now she's like scared.
I think there's little two things that's mashing together, but she calls the chip guy again.
Oh, can we finally talk about the chip guy?
Yeah, because she's like, this is Chip. He knows all about computers.
Please
and now
let me
they're
play
asking him
this.
about German scientists.
Please let me play the chip
about
thing, because
computers?
he's like, oh, I remember that now. It's at like hour...
Because he's like a big conspiracy theorist guy.
He knows way too much.
He's us in 2001.
107.
Hating high school.
Here he is, 107.10.
I'm wondering how the dude was in the back of the van.
Computers.
Oh, the figures. Yeah, they make computer systems for the Army, missiles and stuff.
Right. They went bankrupt.
Doesn't surprise me. They really fucked up with those biochips.
What's that?
Computer chips based on live
It's just
tissue.
lines back
They
and
were
forth.
making a computer based on dolphin brains or something like that.
Did it work?
Yeah, I remember now. The whole thing went totally out of control.
It went tits
This
up.
computer, it developed a mind of its own. And the
See?
strangest thing of all was that these chips, they were able to reproduce themselves so that the whole computer was growing and behaving like a living organism.
You're kidding.
No, it should be in there somewhere.
And then, like all computers, it committed
Why
suicide.
would that fucking information ever get leaked? That's top secret shit.
That's QAnon.
Maybe this guy got out, I guess, in a mole.
He read it in an article. He was like, keep looking, it'll be in there.
Yeah, he probably read it on like an MRC chat or whatever it used to be called.
So stupid. He's just like, oh, wait, it's coming back to me.
He was on
now I remember.
He was on like AOL conspiracy theories.
He sounded like he read it back in a highlight magazine in the 90s.
Yeah.
He was in a chat room
I just
somewhere.
think- I just think it's so funny that he was like, oh, yeah, now I
It
remember.
went belly up.
Can we talk about his spaghetti stain on his collar?
Or his Laura Croft poster, or his Laura Croft figurine.
And the Phantom Menace poster in
Well,
2001.
that was Weibo before it became
You
anime.
know he wrapped that fucking Laura Croft figurine around his cock.
That's his
and jacked it off.
his Weibo pillow.
Oh, Laura. Yeah.
Yeah.
As he has face down in that girl's chair.
Laura Soft.
Yeah. Face down
Laura
in that.
Soft.
Laura.
Lavender.
Chair's nice and warm.
Oh, it's a full day smell.
Smells like the open tomb.
She worked full day in this chair.
Run her temple.
Okay, so if you go back to the Millennium Tower and Naomi Watts is standing outside in the rain with the police people.
Well, you should probably build it up. Is that now the building is under military control?
The building is under military. Okay, so the police and the FBI have taken control with armored vehicles, Stinger missiles and boxes of ammunition.
It reminded me of the scene from Godzilla.
Yeah.
When they took over the bridge and everything, it was blocking off. It was raining.
It was like the 4 or 5 facts as they're showing the military in the building. That's like, what?
Yeah.
Because it's like the troops are talking. She's like, "Hey, why do we need these stingers?" Well, I hear the terrorists have airplanes too now, and he's like, "Nah."
Yeah.
And they go to the elevator and he's like, "Say hey, Bin Laden to me."
If you see Bin Laden, tell him I said, "Hey."
Yeah. What?
It's like, one, this came out in May, so they shot it before then. One, why were they talking about shooting missiles at airplanes while in the top of a tall 100-story building? And two, why did they say Bin Laden?
The only reason why they said that because of the previous World Trade Center attack in the 90s.
And they mentioned the previous World Trade Center.
Yeah,
like,
did Bin
like
Laden
this thing
do
will
that?
bring down the building, won't it? Like
was
talking
Bin
about.
Laden.
Oh, okay.
They were talking about the Stinger missiles bringing down the building. It's like, nah, you remember the attack that happened on the Twin Towers 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole terrorists have airplanes too now.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah,
That was blowing my mind.
Yeah.
That was blowing my mind.
That was a
Terrorists
little...
have airplanes too, and then they bring up Bin Laden, like you said. Like, I was like, this is so coincidental.
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
That was probably the weirdest part for me, that 5 minutes when they said all that, and I was like, this is a movie about 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
It's just elevators instead of airplanes.
It's like they told people about it.
It's like they gave the terrorists the
warned
idea.
people. I wonder if anybody skipped work the next day.
They're like, I ain't running elevators or going to work.
That was a terrible time to release this movie.
Well, it came out in
those
May.
references.
How was it terrible time? It came out before it even
It came
happened.
out months before.
With those references, and then 9/11 happened, and now we're realizing...
It was a bad coincidence.
Maybe Dick Moss orchestrated the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying. If he's Israeli, I'm like, oh.
I really think that
Or he just works for the Mossad.
maybe 9/11 was an inside job, and this movie gave someone the confidence.
George Bush, he's like,
Well, they did say that they were doing in the 9/11.
You ever
they
seen
said
that
they
movie
were
Down?
working on the elevators, and that's where they planted all the charges.
Dude, what if Bin Laden's name came out of the rumor mill just from this movie?
I really like that movie Down.
Oh,
he's like,
they just threw Bin Laden under the bus. Folks
You
like,
ever seen that movie?
you ever seen Shaft?
he's like,
Cheney?
huh? I heard about terrorists and airplane
Yeah,
points.
yeah, I love that movie. Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
so
you see mine?
coincidental that they changed the movie's name.
Yeah, they did change the movie's name. Also,
Down.
so
I swear George Bush watched it. He remembered the part where they said terrorist, airplanes, and Bin Laden.
So
and then 9/11 happened, and he
if-
blamed it all on that.
if the FBI brought
Airplane to hit it.
if the FBI brought Stinger missiles, then why did the New York Police Department have their hands on those Stinger missiles as well?
Yeah.
Like you would never let those two worlds collide, and
That was-
you would get the fucking police department
saying?
out of the
That's
building.
the start of the military police takeover.
What do we need all this ammunition for? I don't know. Just load it up anyway.
they had like cases of
Yeah,
ammo.
just metal boxes and briefcases full of ammo and like giant bricks of Stinger missiles.
They're going to seize Fort Knox with that thing.
And they separated the Stinger missiles on like multiple floors.
Yeah.
Like, what are they
They're
doing?
shoot airplanes from different heights.
yeah, they were.
They all launched missiles out. Like, got them.
And then this one fucking Desert Storm motherfucker
Hooks
somehow
underneath the car.
sneaks in to the building controlled by police officers.
Oh, he's holding under the drive
How
shaft.
and
and
like,
he like splinter cells
when
his
he
way
get
up to
out
the
of the
building.
van.
when did he get out? How did he get
thing
under
was-
the fucking truck?
He
was
was
surrounded
in
by
the back.
cops.
No,
Yeah.
he was inside the back of the
False
truck.
spot him, dude. He was always under the van.
Yeah, but the van was surrounded by cops.
and he was all he was
And he
telling,
goes to a moving vehicle underneath it.
because he's the one who has to tell Naomi, like, keep your cool, calm the fuck down, dude.
He's
What
like,
is wrong with
I
you
tell you,
right now?
This movie progressive.
Yeah.
Mark goes from bumbling drunk to fucking James Bond in this movie.
Yes. And then they're like,
He's on point at the end.
and then they're like, lock her up, and they don't even put handcuffs on her. They just throw her in a storage room.
What's the M for? Martha. Like,
Start look it up. Find
this
out that's
up.
real.
she does not check out. Kill her on
They
spot.
should have shot her in the van.
Like they're
Well,
dealing with.
there's one issue with shooting her in the van. She's white.
This
is pre 9/11 New
Yeah,
York.
this is pre 9/11 New York.
9/11. Color didn't matter then.
True.
Bro.
But this is before Giuliani took over.
This was during Giuliani's prime, dude.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh, never mind.
He's actually one of the reasons why New York was
Pre
as nice
9/11.
as it is now.
True.
Like they almost kind of need Giuliani back to fix it,
True.
right?
Yeah, I remember after 9/11 happened, people were like, "He's going to be the next president." I'm like, okay.
He was showboating, platforming.
I don't remember. I was like, I know shit about politics, so
he never made it.
But this gets you to the point where old Jeff makes it into the building.
Yes,
and starts riding the elevator.
Yeah, and at this point, he knows that it's the biochip. And
now, before that,
he finds semen dripping down.
Yep. Yeah, but this is before the semen drip. This is the one me and Tyler were talking about earlier with the arm.
The arm.
You don't remember the scene in the movie?
I will say this.
I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. But before that, okay. I think he did. I wrote here.
Oh, I remember now. I remember that scene now. That was so bad.
I wrote here, is he about to find a secret tunnel?
Yeah.
And then he finds a fucking, and then I wrote down yes. And then it says that, and I said, that's semen. So, but then
there was like dripping.
So he had to have, and for that shot, he had to have had his hand.
Hold on. Let's set up. We got to set up the scene. So it's a close-up image of him. You think the music's getting ominous. He's sneaking into the building. He's by himself. Someone's going to catch him. You see a hand coming on screen.
In the foreground, like someone's going to reach around and grab him.
Right.
And then he scratches his chin.
It was his hand the whole time.
Yes, because he's trying to make it look. They're like
he was doing like this.
Make it look
he had
like
his arm so far back.
Make it look like somebody else for the camera. So he's like this, and then he does the slowest like, and then the camera comes back to reveal.
He's scratching his face.
Oh, I'm so confused.
It was the dumbest like fake out.
Why was it
so
needed?
Bad.
It was so unnecessary.
I remember seeing that and be like, nice.
I loved it, but I was just like, oh my god.
It was so bad, it was great. Like, it was one of those things you would have never
and
have
it was
thought.
intentional because of the dang music.
Yeah, because it was like, because you're thinking like, hey, he's about to get fucking caught because he's like, Splinter Cell this guy up in here like not being seen by anything, by police or FBI cameras, nothing. They don't even see this guy. And then here comes a hand that's going to grab him by the face, and he scratches his own face.
We got to gift that.
Me too.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been playing on here the whole time. I thought it's been coming out of the speakers over there. All right, we're good.
But he sees the semen come out of the thing and finds the brain on the control panel.
Yeah, is it a brain or a heart?
I thought it was shaped like a heart, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was
potato. It was in a heart-shaped box.
Okay,
he opened the box and it was a heart. That's what I was like. Oh.
And the whole time this is happening, they see the elevators going up and down in the control room, and the guy's like, "Who's in that elevator?"
Yeah, he says it 4 times.
Somebody find out
who's in that elevator. I just want to know who's in the elevator.
But none of the cameras see him. There's cameras on every floor.
Never see him. So he tries to stab the heart brain thing, trying to kill it.
And
must have
turn the power back on.
It catches on fire. Remember this part? The elevator catches on fire, and the FBI guys are inside the shaft.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, get out! And
the elevator that terrorist had shot through the roof catches on fire for some reason.
And the best death scene in the entire movie, the guy's legs are hanging in the elevator shaft, and it cuts him in half, and they pull him. And it's just
I want to say this: the guy from Starship Troopers comes to the skyscraper, and the 2 police chiefs or whatever see him outside talking to someone. They call down to that guy.
He's got red level clearance.
What was that guy? Who was he? And like you said,
it was Gunter.
So then, and the head FBI guy knows who he is.
Yeah. And then he says, maybe we're not dealing with terrorists. What is he talking
There's
about?
a whole side point with that cop that's cut out of the movie.
He already knew, but there was not enough time left in this 2-hour movie
so this
to
guy,
add this.
This guy knows what this guy deals with, and he's like, now he knows maybe this scientist planted something in this elevator shaft to make it alive. Yeah. Is that seriously what this movie's trying to convince us of?
That line just actually made something in the ending of the movie okay for me.
Maybe we're not dealing with terrorists. That line?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the line.
That's the line that they said off camera after 9/11 happened.
No, that makes the ending of the movie okay for me now.
And I will say that it was said twice, the term "look alive."
Yeah.
By the
they didn't know any more military references.
Look alive. They're like
up and at 'em, soldier.
The fucking elevator doors are opening, and he's like, "Look alive."
Jesus Christ.
Well, anyway, he can't kill the heart thing
by stabbing it 8 times.
So he decides to blow it up with a bazooka or a sting missile.
Well, that wasn't his intention, right? Because as he's stabbing it, that's when the flaming elevator comes flying at him.
Yeah,
yes,
and
he lives.
It kills the dudes
FBI guy.
The FBI guys that went into the elevator shafts. Like, that's amazing that they opened the doors and those guys dove into that shaft.
Only-
I was like, holy fuck!
Only one guy didn't make it out. I was impressed.
And that was fucking grisly.
That was pretty good.
Just
It's just blood everywhere.
Yeah.
So then he gets slapped out of there because of the flaming elevator, and that's when Michael Ironside, the chemist guy, comes in with a pistol. And he's like, said some line
because
like,
he's aiming the stinger at the box.
That dude does. That dude gets fucking rocked though. As that elevator comes down and he jumps out of the way, I think he falls down 2 floors and grabs
an I-beam.
Grabs an I-beam, and I wrote down, "This is the luckiest man alive."
He grabs the cables and slides down them. That would have cut your fucking hands off.
Oh yeah, and then
the rocks fall on top of him.
Yeah, he was under the. He was under the I-beam. The I-beam was protecting him.
He did the Pope Lick Bridge guy.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, "This is the luckiest man alive." That is a fucking story you'll tell everybody
invincible.
about.
As soon as he went underneath that van, he turned invincible.
If I was dating women, that's what I would tell women. Every time.
I fought a burning elevator.
I fell down 2 stories. I grabbed on an I-beam. Shit fell on top of me. I'm still alive.
He
It's
walks
crazy.
around. He's like, everybody has I Heart New York shirts. He has like, I fought a flaming elevator, and I got this lousy T-shirt or something.
So
he went certified badass against an elevator.
Yeah.
So what? The guy from Starship Troopers comes up.
He has a gun.
They have their battle scene.
He fights him
because he wants to protect his baby.
Right.
He doesn't want to kill the fucking thing.
Yeah, that's his life's work.
I swear to God, this thing is screaming out in pain. Kill me too.
Yeah.
It's like kill me.
Well, that's why whenever
fucking kill me.
It's the fat guy from Blade 2 who's like, kill me.
It's the thing on the chest.
Yeah. Well, what happens, like, somehow the gun gets knocked away and Naomi Watts picks it up and points it at him.
Yes.
Shoots him, almost.
She's like, I'll do it, and shoots him.
She shoots right next to his head.
And he's basically like, you ain't
won't
shooting
shoot
nobody, bitch. And she's
that part
like,
made me laugh so much. And she's like, I'll do it, and shoots him. She's like, I'll do it.
She closes her eyes.
She basically, eyes closed, shoots at him.
Yeah.
Which is the scariest thing.
And all the cops come in and surround him.
Yep.
And that's when
the fucking cables come
the
off.
elevator takes over and it turns into a tentacle porn for 2 seconds.
It's the most action-packed 2001 scene ever.
And all those cops are like, what?
They grabbed both of them. They grabbed both of those guys.
And she kicks the Stinger missile
to him.
To Mark.
As he's one fluid motion.
He's in the elevator shaft.
Catches it, aims upside down.
And shoots the missile. He shoots the missile 10 feet away from him. It blows up and he doesn't die.
Weak explosion. And it blows him back out so he can live to fight another day.
Into the hole where the FBI sees active terrorists and they like stand down.
No, this is
give them some room is what he said.
Stand by.
This might not be an act of terrorism, Chris.
This is where I was like, all right, this doesn't set well with me. They're just like, stand down.
Like, stand by.
The police chief said, give them some room.
Let them
guys.
make out.
Give them some room.
But now you telling me.
He just shot a missile in an elevator
But
shaft.
now you're telling me that the police officer's like, oh, maybe we're not dealing with ghosts.
I guarantee you it's a federal offense to shoot that fucking Stinger missile in a building in New York.
No, real question.
He did upside down too.
If you were standing in a hallway and you saw metal cables come out and drag 2 people into an elevator shaft, would you think, oh, this is a terrorist? Or this is some kind of bullshit?
No,
I don't want to deal with.
I didn't see nothing.
I would. First off, I'm not going to think they're elevator cables.
Or it's like, this is a terrorist.
There's a fucking device, some creature in there. There's some sort of robotic octopus in that fucking elevator shaft that's been living there for years as an old cranky octopus woman, and
everybody's
pissed
okay.
it off, and it has now reached out.
I wish there was a scene kind of like from Predator when they all start shooting in the woods.
They
all run to the and just
start shooting in the elevator shaft.
Dude, I want to see that in 2020 times with that kind of CGI. Just fucking a couple guys with miniguns, Stinger missiles,
awesome.
A bunch of guns, just tracer rounds, ripping fucking concrete
We're
apart.
not doing a goddamn thing to it.
just, and then they all stop, smoke clears, and then this fucking octopus thing comes out at them
It's just a flaming elevator
like
flies at them.
like the things from the fucking Matrix.
Yeah.
Those things come out fast at those guys, like.
And there's like one Stinger missile left.
Oh, I want to write
kicks
this.
it and just fucking.
I want to write this, and I want to see this movie made now.
Yeah, with Jeremy Renner and Mark Wahlberg.
Things from the Matrix living in the World Trade Center 1 now.
And at the very end goes boom. Wah! That's the outro music.
So, can we talk about the kiss scene at the end?
Yes.
All right.
I don't remember that.
The ending?
Did you turn it off?
No, I kept watching.
Where they got into the elevator?
Yeah, and then like it
He made a going down joke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, I promise I won't.
I'll never let you down.
And then they go down. Like they go down, their heads go down together.
But then it zooms in on the two.
Dude, that was the most cringy kiss I've ever laid my eyes on.
Like a girl that just said you raped her 24 hours ago, and now you're making out.
Marriage material right there.
Because he backs up to the panel and hits emergency stop.
It's just like
smooth motherfucker.
Well, he's like,
what's
wrong? What's
in the
wrong?
movie too? He was making those like sly moves. Like he was just one shot elevators, the panels with the screwdriver, instantly taking them out.
Yep.
Like
and riding them up and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. He was Miss Billy Badass at that point.
I was hoping the movie would have done like the Final Destination movies, where like it's like they've won the day. They get in another elevator, and then that elevator kills them both.
Well, I was thinking that too. I was like, well, maybe the diner at the beginning, maybe it's got a heart too.
Yeah. And it goes into like Thomas had alluded to, like different electronic devices.
Yeah, it's like it haunted the whole city.
It's
of
like
New York.
Maximum Overdrive.
Like it's reproduced.
It should. They had so many plot points, but I think they just kept going and then just ended up on the elevator terrace. Somebody watched Die Hard.
Kinetically, in the universe, 3 months later, 9/11 happens.
Yes. So that is
airplane
legit.
malfunction.
Airplanes had the heart too.
That's an interesting thing. The line that I got so upset about, where he said, "It's just a machine. It's just a dead thing." Now that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
it didn't make sense at all.
And now it kind of does to me. It's dead, but now it's really alive. All of our machines.
The worst part was when the credits roll and you have that Aerosmith song.
How much did they pay for that?
They played the "Love in the Elevator" for the credits and during the movie,
and during the rollerblader scene. But I bet you they paid a ton of money.
It's like the only song with elevator in it.
It's the only song in the fucking movie. What other song is there?
It's like just orchestra and
it's just intense music. But that song,
Can you pull up the rollerblade scene?
Yeah, it's just fucking noise though.
I'm gonna watch it. It's my favorite rollerblade scene in the movie. No way. This scene was so random.
So bad.
Yeah, you just hit it, and I was like, all right, let's see what it's doing.
Look at that shit.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to mute the music.
Oh,
let's talk over.
And then I'll bring it up again.
Just gonna play with the music.
Talk over.
Well, no, it's fine because it's in the movie. We're talking about the movie, right?
Yeah, it's a review.
Yeah, we're watching the actual movie right now.
Now they're going to walk in the rock.
Yeah, walk in there.
And they're flipping him off.
Yeah, so 2000. Clearly the guy in the back's a dude.
What's up with the jumpsuit tied around his waist?
It's like Slipknot.
And then the sparks?
It's 2001, but all the cars are from the 80s.
Yeah.
So why is this shit sparking?
Jack Black.
Wait.
Beacha!
The Beacha! I wish he would have said slow ass sucker.
That scream.
This scene happened a lot. And then right here.
Oh, I forgot about the pregnant ladies' voices.
Oh, yeah.
They were so bad.
That's the best sequence of the movie. They smoke a joint on the fucking street.
Wrong turn or what?
Jesus! Shit!
I love it.
What did he experience in the elevator while he was waiting to go up?
Right?
Like, was it just like Hellraiser? Was it just Hellraiser in there? He went to Hellraiser's
It was just
world.
the Matrix.
Like it was 2 seconds in real life, but like 2 months.
He probably was having his skin torn off while he was in that fucking thing because it's just bright light.
I think he was dead.
Why was it a bright light, and how did it just suck him in?
He wasn't dead. He came out of there screaming.
Oh man!
I don't understand why I never did that the rest of the movie.
I'm telling you, he went in. This is going to have some connection to Hellraiser. I want it to.
Or the Cube. Another one, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that
The
Navy
Box or whatever.
What's that Navy SEAL movie?
What, Act of Valor?
No, not that one. What's that? Your bottle fell.
Oh. The one with
what was it? The Black
Hawk Down?
What,
No,
Navy SEALs with
it was like SEAL Team 6 or something.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one with
No, that was about getting Osama, wasn't it?
What's the guy?
Same movie,
Zero
right?
Dark 30?
Yeah, Zero Dark 30. That's it. That's what I was thinking because it said dark.
Parks and Rec.
That's not Navy.
Parks and Rec. I said
That's a show, right?
Someone said the guy from Parks and Rec, and I just remembered
He's in
him
it,
as a
Chris-
chubby guy.
Chris Pratt.
Chris
Pratt.
Fat.
Chris Fat.
In that show.
I was gonna say, who's the guy that drinks dragon blood or tiger blood?
Charlie Sheen.
I was hoping you was gonna. No, it's Navy SEALs.
He's a Navy SEAL. Yeah.
And Platoon, yeah.
But Navy SEALs on it all.
Yeah, Navy SEALs was the bad one. Anyways,
that movie was great. I give that movie an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, would you watch it? Would you recommend watching it?
Definitely.
It had a 5% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was disappointed to see that.
It's probably not. It's not the worst. Then it's not the worst movie.
No.
I mean, how can you see that and being like,
it's not a 5% movie.
Cuties was better than this?
Dude, Netflix is getting slammed over cutie shit. So I would recommend this. I would
over cuties. Yeah,
I would recommend everyone watch this.
It's probably like a double feature at least.
Yeah, this is a long movie, but if you can enjoy it for what it is, you will. It's worth
it's
to
at
watch.
least a 4 out of 10.
Problem is, you either got to rent it or buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I bought it.
I rented it.
I own it now.
That's a solid investment. You can come back for years.
Dick Moss is smiling right now.
I would watch this again. Like,
Dude, we
a year
just gave
from
Dick
now.
Moss like $15 this weekend.
I gave him 12.
He turned into Dick Lycan.
How much did you pay, Chris?
$3.99.
Okay, $3.99.
Yeah, because I couldn't find it anywhere else.
I thought
I didn't even watch it.
I thought
You probably didn't. You're probably just reading Cliff Notes on IMDb.
I can't even tell anymore.
Making up a story about his wife coming home. You son of a bitch.
I can't tell if he's being honest or lying to us. Did you not watch it at all?
I watched it.
Okay.
Maybe.
The reason I bought it is because it said you have 30 days to start it. Once you do start it, you got 2 days to watch it. So I was like, I'm already spending $4. I'm just going to spend 12 and have it forever and screw all these rules.
You own the movie.
Yeah. So, we all think everyone should watch it, so watch it.
Yeah.
We were young.
Oh, so let's do this thing.
All right. That was a good movie.
Yeah, I would say don't shoot Stinger missiles inside of a building.
You will die.
It's probably very dangerous, so be careful with that. Chris, what do you have for everybody?
I guess if a woman says you raped her, it's cool to go down on her later.
Well, hey,
apparently that's what the movie said.
And if a woman says you raped her, you probably raped her.
Probably in today's day.
That's how it works.
Not in that movie.
Not in that movie. No,
they did not believe her.
They showed a false. What is it called?
I don't know.
When somebody says that you did it, but you didn't.
Hey, turn that up a little bit.
Cry wolf?
Yeah, there we go. She cried wolf.
She did cry wolf.
Yeah, she was crying wolf real bad.
All right. What do you got, Thomas?
I look back at high school and I feel like I'm a better person than I was then.
Would you want to go back to high school if you could do it all over again?
No, because I was pre 9/11.
That was post 9/11.
That was post 9/11.
Oh, that was post 9/11.
Yes.
No, I would still never would want to go back to high school.
You want to go
Fuck
back to
that.
7th grade? There's pre 9/11
No,
there.
fuck school.
Yeah.
Yeah, high school sucked. So what do you got, Alex?
I just enjoy Halloween, guys.
Yeah, we got one more. We got one more episode before. We don't.
Yeah, we do. We'll try to get a little more spooky for the last one.
Yeah, I think
We got one more.
Lights are going back off.
I'm choosing. I'm choosing an event from Halloween past. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, we'll just do anything Halloween next week.
Lights are going back off. We got to do the Ouija.
I'm with Chris. I don't care if you do fall asleep.
That's fine.
You're going to drink some of this C4 and your heart's going to explode.
It would explode. He never drinks it, so it would kill him.
If you're If your heart explodes, we'll take your heart out and we'll put it on the Ouija board and we'll chant.
That works.
We'll use you as a sacrificial
that works.
Ghost.
Get this stuff stirred up.
Yeah.
All right.
So, we want your stories, good or bad. Tell us if you watched Down. Tell us if you watched The Shaft. Apparently, Alex watched The Shaft.
Samuel Jackson says, "It's my duty to do that booty."
That's a good line.
Yeah.
So watch this movie, write into us, tell us if you love it or hate it. Give us a review on iTunes or podcasts or all those fucking places. Send us in pictures of your asshole. We're still not forgetting about that shit. And send us a question. We're taking questions right now. We're compiling them.
Yeah. If you see the movie, let us know what you thought about it.
Yeah. So how can they get in touch with us?
Yeah. If you enjoy our show, make sure to search TACT Lab, because we are everywhere. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Those are places you can leave comments and all that stuff. You can also support us at patreon.com/TACTLab. We have a little bit of extra stuff over there.
Aren't you going to shout out your new TikTok there?
Oh, yeah, we got a TikTok as well. TACT Lab on TikTok. We're adding some more stuff on there, so keep an eye on that. I'm also having a Halloween party this weekend. If everybody wants to look at that, send me a comment.
Don't invite these random people to your house.
Come to Thomas's house this weekend.
Yeah,
boys.
you can see the podcast studio, and you got to send us a comment, though. No? You got to send us a comment.
No, you're not invited out there.
Open invitation.
You're going to steal my fucking mic.
Yeah, so rate us, review us, leave us the thing. You can also reach out at tactlabpod@gmail.com, tactlabpod@gmail.com.
Give us a review.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Shut up and drive. Shut up and drive.
Bitch, drive.
Shut up and drive.
Shut up and drive.